Hello everyone, Marius here. Today I will be doing another batVR movie for you guys, and today's game will be Elden Ring. This is a free solution which does not cost any money, and I also am able to play it with multiplayer. So I have been playing a lot of Elden Ring with Reshade without getting into any trouble. So, however, play it at your own risk though. I can't guarantee you anything. Like, I'm not super social when I'm playing Elden Ring. But I do like seeing like the ghosts of other players and stuff like that. So that is really cool. And you get some really pretty 3D in Elden Ring when combining it with super depth 3D. Still have those issues with performance though. However, since super depth 3D is more like mono than stereo 3D in some senses, it doesn't feel as laggy as when you're playing it in proper stereoscopic 3D, in my opinion. The nice thing is that I'm going to show you some gameplay which you can view in your VR companion app if you have that software. If not, go download it, it's totally free. And that software detects that I'm using super depth 3D and will display it in proper 3D in your headset. So you can look at it and make up your mind if this is anything you want to try out or not. So yeah, like with all batVR movies, I share my settings, I share my batch scripts with you guys, and you can just download and install it, and most of the work is done. So it's just for you to enjoy. Okay, let's do this.
Mr. Lee.
Okay folks, what is batVR? batVR is batch loading different software so we can play flat screen games in VR. Usually, software we would be batch loading are OpenTrack, so that we can track the headset's movement in the game. We would also be batch loading either Virtual Desktop for the PC or the VR Companion app. The VR Companion app is free, however, it does not perform as well as Virtual Desktop for the PC. Virtual Desktop for PC costs $10 on Steam. Joy2Key is used to assign keyboard shortcuts to your gamepad. I recommend playing with a gamepad as it is, in my opinion, the most comfortable way to play. We also use Joy2Key to control Virtual Desktop for the PC or the VR Companion app. In most cases, we would be using Reshade. This is used to get stereoscopic 3D in the game we are playing. In some cases, it might be necessary to use other software as well. Like in games where you do not have a field of view slider, it might be nice to use a software like Flawless Widescreen. This is the case for example, Ghostwire Tokyo. So why play with batVR? So for one thing, if you use the VR Companion app, then playing batVR is totally free of cost. However, this does have some performance issues. So if you choose to play with Virtual Desktop on the PC, this, on the other hand, costs very little money. It only costs like $10 to get Virtual Desktop for PC. Another reason for playing games in your VR headset is that it's much more immersive than playing flat screen games on a flat screen. Personally, I kind of struggle with playing flat screen games after getting exposed to VR. So I always play my games in my headset. So how does batVR work? How it works is that you download my zip file for the game you want to play. This you want to extract to your local C drive. Okay, from here you want to double click the folder that has been created, and you want to take a look at the installation guide. Here you will get information on how you can download Reshade, the VR companion app, OpenTrack, Joy2Key, and other software if needed. You will also be able to read about how you can install batVR, either manually or with my batch installer. I also give some general information about things that are nice to know, such as how you can auto-detect a game in Joy2Key, so you don't have to choose your profile every time you are booting up, and how to do the same for OpenTrack. If you want to use my batch installer, you double click on installation, choose your headset, choose how you will be playing. For example, if you are using the free option, which is the VR companion app, you will double click on the VR companion app, and here you want to edit place files for me. You right click, view more alternatives, and click edit. Choose view more and run anyway. In my batch script, you want to see whether or not the directories that I have put in match the folder locations on your computer. If you did not buy the game on Steam, you will need to edit where my SuperDepth 3D VR profile should be placed. And if you did not buy the game on Epic Games, you would of course need to edit this. You need to edit the username where it says 123 and replace this with your own username on Windows. You can click Ctrl H, write in your own username, and click replace all to replace all instances of 123. Once you have edited place files for me, you can double click it, and this will create two bat files on your desktop. One is for running all of the software you are batch loading, and one is for stopping all of the software you are batch loading. So if I double click Ghost Runner Start All, as you see, this starts the VR companion app, Joy2Key, OpenTrack, and the game. If you are using Virtual Desktop for the PC, I have also created a recommendations PDF which you can read. Here I mention some things that are nice to know: how to headlock the screen without having any delay, how to enable half side by side, some general information that is nice to know as well. The same goes for if you are using Virtual Desktop for the Quest. I have a PDF which shows which background I recommend using, how to remove the headlock delay on your screen, how to access your screen options, and how to enable half side by side. All this you can find in my batVR folder. So that's it, folks. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, folks, so before we get started, I'm gonna show you that in my Nvidia Control Panel I have enabled Nvidia Image Scaling, NIS as it's called. And I put it at 59%, which for me will be 2259 by 1271 instead of regular 2560 by 1440. The reason for this is that Elden Ring is a pretty demanding game, even though like this game lags on 3090s, so that's just the game engine. But it does help though. As well, I'm playing with PC Gamers recommended graphics settings, as you see, and I'm playing this online, even though I am using Reshade and the VR companion app and OpenTrack and Joy2Key. None of these should interfere with easy anti-cheat in any way, because they don't inject themselves into Elden Ring. They're just there in the background. So if you wonder how this works when it comes to the settings, as you see, it by itself detects this new resolution, which is a certain percentage of 2560 by 1440. And you see I have put in the recommended settings by PC Gamer. So I am still playing with my Ninja build, as you see. However, our character looks a little bit more ninja now. And I don't know if you can see this yourself, but to me, I really don't experience any lag currently, which is why I really like playing like this, because yeah, it's a really smooth experience in my opinion. Okay, so the reason why you're here and why you're watching is of course how does this look in VR. So if you have the VR companion app, you can see this in the VR companion app. This does not work if you're viewing this on YouTube in a little window. You have to put on full screen, okay? And here you see, we'll go ahead and we enable Super Depth 3D, and you can see how the 3D looks in the profile that I've created. Okay, I'll turn on performance mode, give it a second, and there we go. So now, if you do not have the VR companion app or virtual desktop, this will just look like, I don't know, 2 images on your screen, right? With a little bit of halo effects around certain objects. If you have the VR companion app, or if you have virtual desktop and enable have side by side in virtual desktop, then this will display in stereoscopic 3D. I'm not perfectly satisfied with this profile, but I do think it looks pretty nice. I mean, nice enough for me, and it runs really well. So that is like my main focus when it comes to this. Yeah, so for the sake of demonstrating this, like some of the coolest stuff you can do in VR is just ride around on your horse, right? Because you get that sense of speed. Personally, I really like playing it like this because I don't have to turn off multiplayer. In theory, you could get banned, right, for using Reshade, but like Reshade is whitelisted in some games that use easy anti-cheat, right? So it's not one of those things I would expect to get banned for using. And I've played with Reshade before and have not yet get banned for it. I'm playing with multiplayer on, and yeah, no, for me no problem. I don't know, I'm not the most active person online. The reason why I love playing the Souls games online is because of seeing other players' ghosts. Like, it's kind of like a social process in a way. It's its own thing, kind of, and I really love that. I really missed that aspect of Sekiro. Like, that was one of those things that I really missed in Sekiro. And I love that part about Elden Ring. But I haven't gotten to like dive into Elden Ring properly. I don't know why that is. Like, okay, here is one of the coolest things you can do when viewing this in stereo 3D. These places, right? Oh shit, man. Yeah, let's see if we can do this properly. Okay. Like, this is one of those things that I really love doing in stereo 3D, because it gives you that like turning feeling in your stomach, right? So when it comes to the performance, one of my favorite places to check out the performance is over here, because here, like, my frame rate usually dives. So this is, for me, one of those places I enjoy using as a point of reference. And to me right now, like, I'm not using any frame rate counter at the moment, but this feels smooth enough. Like, it doesn't feel perfectly smooth, of course not, but smooth enough. And the problem when you're playing this with proper stereo 3D is that, like with Luke Ross's mod, is that you feel those dips in frame rate so much more than if you're using something like Super Depth 3D, because Super Depth 3D doesn't give you that same kind of proper 3D. It gives you more like an illusion of 3D, you know? So those small dips in frame rate aren't as noticeable, to me at least, when playing it like that. So yeah, I really didn't notice it too much over here. I don't know what you guys, if you've been seeing this in your headset, if you disagree with me on this, but personally I don't notice it. And that is one of the most demanding places for playing in stereo 3D. Yeah, so there we go, folks. One of the last things I wanted to do for you guys who are viewing this in your VR headsets is, of course, giving you one of those colossal fights, like fighting a big enemy, right? Because that feels so immersive when you have the VR headset and when you have like proper stereoscopic 3D, or not proper, but you know what I mean, right? Fighting this guy, that is always one of those things. And here's something you don't get when you turn off online mode, right? You don't get to see other characters' ghosts, and that is just so sad for me. It's such a big part of the experience. Alright, let's do this. Oh, man, his moveset, I never get it in, right? You know what I mean? Wow, shit, yeah, I'm always a little bit behind him. Yeah, okay. So not the best demonstration there, but you saw it, okay? So there you have it, folks. There's my profile for Elden Ring. Personally, I play it online. I don't know if I'll get banned for this, but I doubt it, because usually Reshade doesn't get you banned. There you have it, folks. Elden Ring in VR with what were we gonna call this though? A batVR. I don't know. You know? So I hope you found it useful. I hope you check it out. If so, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe for more flat screen to VR content. Catch you in the next one, folks. See ya.